Okay, so day 4 of Words Their Way. One thing that is going to be a little bit different today, guys, you are going to have, if you are in the North group, the West group, or the Northeast group, you will have two separate activities to do. And let me tell you why. We're having to do all of this on Seesaw, which has actually been really great for me because I'm able to go in and see all your stuff and keep up with how things are going. But they're just really short activities. So we're gonna do two things because I really need to make sure you're having enough time to interact with these words and getting to a chance to learn them. Okay, so the North group is going to actually be sharing one activity with the Northeast group. So I'll just do it once with this group here. So you click on your green circle, and the first activity, this is going to be weird. It's going to get cut off my screen here. Um, and I will try to stretch it out. Okay, so you have your list of words here, North Group, and you're going to be highlighting your different parts. However, there are specific colors you need to use. So you can come up here to your directions and it tells you highlight the EE words in blue, highlight the EA words in yellow. Okay, so blue EE is what we'll start with. You want your highlighter. You're going to select blue from the color um, thing over there. Now, if you want a certain like size for your highlighter, maybe you want it to be really thick, all I did was click on it and this pops up and you can select your different sizes. Okay. Now, if you're just going through, I'm going to pick this one. If you're just going through and just highlighting double E, that is not going to do anything to help you get these words into your long-term memory, which is the whole point of this. Right, so as you're doing this, make sure you're reading the whole word and you're going to slide right through it, but you're only going to highlight your chunk. Okay, so seen, week, sleep, right? That's how you're going to slide through it. When it's time to switch, you're going to pick your yellow, whatever color you want that to be, and the same thing. Eat, eam, eef. I got a little too far. All right, so you see how that's going to go really fast, right? So that's why we have our second activity, which I got to get out of here. Your second activity is the one that the Northeast group will do as well. And it's going to be writing sentences, okay? So you add response. I'm going to pretend to be Addie. Okay, so I'm going to have to move my screen again, guys. Sorry. All right, so now some of you are trying to actually write with the pens, and this is a little tricky when you're using a mouse, right? So you see how this is a T right here. That's because we want you to use the text box to type your sentence, okay? And you will use a capital letter and an ending mark because that's what writers do to write a sentence. Now, there we go. We can stretch it out, move it to the top line. And there we go. Okay. All right. So pick 5 different words from your sort. Use at least one of them in a sentence. There needs to be a different word for each sentence. And if you want to use more than one, that's fine, but it has to have at least one word. And it would be great if you would highlight it. Let's say my word was your, and I could highlight it for me. So it's easy when I go to check it. I can find your word right away. Okay, so that's going to be the North group and the Northeast group. I'm going to move this guy back. Okay, so there's that group. I have to now delete all this. Sorry. Thanks for being patient. Okay, now we need to go back to our Where's Their Way group. All right, Nate, Isaac, Olivia, you guys are going to be doing your test today, so you just click on the South group box and that will take you to your test. East group, you're going to click on your box up here and I will have a lesson for you that you can work on, and then down here will be your sort. West group, you guys are going to click on your green button. You also have two activities to do today. First one is going to be just a regular sort. So add, you're going to click your add response. Let's pretend to be Avery. And go. And you're just sorting your words. Okay. Is that right? Nope. It has an ly. It has to come here. Okay. So you're just doing a regular word sort. All right. For your next activity, you guys are going to be filling in these sentences here. So I think the Northeast group did this yesterday, and I kind of, it was nice, like they typed their answers in here and then they moved it around and put it here, and then it was really nice, they crossed their word off, right? So then they didn't accidentally reuse it. I thought that was pretty smart. If you guys want, if you don't like these boxes being around here, you can take those off, maybe, if I can get those dots to show up again. Okay. It's not going to work for me. Let's see if I can do it this way. If you click on these dots here, you can go to Style, and these, of course, this is off the camera. Guys, I'm struggling today. I'm so sorry. Click on these dots, go to Style. These three buttons down here will change the way your text box looks. So if you don't want to have those lines there, you can click this one. Okay, and then that will take your lines away. Okay. Still can shrink it and take it to where you want it to be. Okay, so that's what you guys are doing. And then for my Northeast group, we know one of your activities, you are going to be doing those sentences. And then before that, let's see what your activity is. So yours, if you look right here, it has 2 pages. So you're just looking at the first out of 2 pages. And this is just what the sort would have looked like had I been there and been able to give this to you in person. So you're going to see that first. Okay, so here's your list of words. And then when you need, oops, wrong thing. When we need to go to the next page, you're going to see, and I'm going to slide the screen over, guys. So you see this bar over here on the very far right. You just click on that page when you're ready for it, and you're just doing a written sort, okay, using your T. Don't try to use the pen on this, take too long. Use your T to type it out. But I gave you this so that you could see them, right? So because you don't want to have to pull those from memory. There's your written sort. Okay. And then when you're done with that, if you have time, and you guys might not, I understand that. If you don't have time, that's fine. But if you get done with that early and you have time, go back and do those sentences. Choose a word, use it in a sentence. Okay, so that's our Northeast group. And we are back here. So if you guys get done with any of this, you know that you can come up here to do any spelling city games, or you can go straight to the blue box, just like we've always done. Okay, so I will get the lesson ready for the East group. And East group, don't forget, you're going to be clicking on your box up here to get your lesson. Okay. If you guys have any questions, ask someone in the classroom. You can try to email me. Sometimes I get to the emails in time and sometimes I don't. So it's best to check with someone in the classroom.